Hello and welcome to what's in this week's Oban Times with me, Sandy Neal.
Me, Kathy Griffiths.
And me, Fiona Scott.
Well, it's been another busy week in the newsroom, and this week's edition is packed with great stories and photos. Kathy, what have you been up to?
Well, long waits for UK visas are frustrating willing Oban hosts wanting to welcome refugee families into their homes. We've been talking to a number of groups, including Oban Helps Ukraine and a support network that's been set up in the Lismore and Appin area to try and get a list of willing hosts and to support each other through the process. But what this real sticking point is contact's been made with refugees, matches have been made, people are willing to open their homes and are waiting for these people to arrive, but they can't get anywhere forward with their UK visa applications. People who actually put their applications within the first hour of our government or the UK government process opening still haven't even had an acknowledgement. That's what we're hearing. And they're getting heartbreaking calls from people. We heard one story about a young mother in a shelter in Warsaw with a son who is deaf and is very sort of sensitive to vibrations and noises, who's just terrified in there. And she felt she had no choice but to actually leave that shelter to try and find another way of getting over to the UK. So lots and lots of really heartbreaking stories and a lot of frustration building up. Also, Appin and Lismore, they share the same parish, and they've actually decided that they will apply to be host communities in the hope that they will be able to receive bigger families or family groups who know each other, and that would help settle in those new families. There are also fears that Seil's historic but sadly collapsing pier and quayside could become a shipping hazard. Recent storms bashed two large chunks of the old pier away from its not so firm grounding. One bit washed up near houses at Seaview on the island, and the other was last seen heading down the Quay Sound. There you go. So watch out for that if you happen to be in a boat or a ship going down that way. Findings are out from the council's investigation into the dumped Gaelic books saga. So communities will now be involved whenever council offices are being cleared out. And council workers are to be reminded how to dispose of surplus council's goods responsibly. There you are. We all like a bit of responsibility. Talking of which, Sandy, what have you been up to?
Oh, well, thank you very much, Kathy. It sounds lots going on there. Well, from me, a controversial plan to build a £1.3 million community hub and motorhome park on playing fields in Port Ellen has been unanimously approved by councillors after none of the 37 objectors turned up to the virtual hearing. Argyll and Bute Council's plan for collective school headships, there's a consultation which ends today, has been strongly opposed by islanders on Tiree. Now, Tiree is the very island serving as the successful model for the proposal, so they have a strong say in this. And the public finance watchdog says major problems remain unresolved at the shipyard constructing two Lifeline Calmat ferries. Now, 4 years late, it is estimated the two ferries will cost £400 million. That's 4 times over budget. One expert says it will now be cheaper to just scrap them and start again. Meanwhile, MSPs have denied a demand for a public inquiry into the fiasco. An Isles MP has called on the Chancellor to increase the rural fuel rebate, kind of difficult to say, the rural fuel rebate, which takes 5p off a litre of fuel on the islands to help locals cope with rocketing petrol and diesel prices at the pumps. He wants the rural fuel rebate to be increased from 5p to 10p off per litre. And finally from me, tension is building on Bond Island. Fee, over to you.
I want to know more about Bond Island. So I was waiting.
Me too. What's going on?
Is this James Bond?
It is James Bond. There's an island with a James Bond connection where the plot thickens.
Oh, you're such a tease, Sandy. You're such a tease.
Find out.
Yes, so in an all-action sports section this week, you can find out what happened when our own Bob McIntyre came up against Ryder Cup legend and US Masters winner Sergio Garcia at the WGC Dell Technologies World Match Play Championships in Austin, Texas last week. Elsewhere, there was disappointing news for Moto3 racer John McPhee ahead of the Argentinian Grand Prix this weekend. Back at home, Oban Bowling Club president Ian Boyle has a heartwarming project on the go, while a full complement of teams from Oban, Campbelltown, Lochilphead, Mull, Tynalt and Fort William took part in the first Dalriada rugby tournament of the season. There's also news from Oban Saints and a full roundup from last weekend's South Region shinty matches. There you go.
Thank you very much, Fee. That's great. Well, that's all we have time for this week. Here at the Oban Times, we love hearing your stories and seeing your photos. You can contact us on 01631 568 000, or you can email us at editor@obantimes.co.uk, or you can message us on Facebook. You can pick up a copy of your Oban Times at the usual shops and retail spots. You can also go online and subscribe to our digital page-turning edition. So, meanwhile, it's goodbye from me, Sandy Neal.
Bye from me, Kathy Griffiths.
And bye from me, Fiona Scott. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.